Postgame news conference for the Azusa Pacific Cougars after a 81-69 loss to Western Oregon in the West Region Semifinals, joined from left to right by senior guard Bruce English, head coach Justin Leslie, and senior forward Aaron Zala. Coach, your overall impressions of the semifinal?
Western played well, made shots. They shot the ball especially well from three, which Andy Abge's really good, but he'd made 3 threes. He was 3 for 18 in his last run of games, and tonight he goes 6 of 7. And he made shots to make a miss game. And we had opportunities to keep a little bit closer that we missed out on. And, we fought back, really made a good run, in the last 8 minutes, but we came up just short.
Sure. Coach, I'm not going to ask you about the disparity in free throws, but I will ask you about Bruce, who shot all 4 of your free throws, and Jared to your left. What have those two seniors meant to your program and the way they competed tonight?
Well, it was about the 8-minute mark at the media timeout. I just grabbed the 3 seniors, and I just told them, we're going to compete, that they need to drive this ship, and we're going to do it on their back. I was going through them with them, that they needed to show what type of defensive intensity we were capable of, that we were going to attack. And Bruce got hot. Jared was making shots. Lydell did a great job of putting pressure on the rim. And we were sure trying to attack them. But obviously, all the calls didn't go our way. And like I said, we were close. We got close, but down the stretch, Nichols made his free throws, and that's the story of the game.
Bruce and Jared, this question is for both of you. We'll start with Bruce, but just going to back-to-back NCAA tournaments and being part of that senior group that stepped in after last year's seniors, and what do you hope that the identity of this year's team was and this legacy of the program moving forward?
I think just that we're remembered as a team that wins, a team that cares for one another. I hope that we go down as a team that shows resilience, never gives up, never quits. The saying goes, the team takes on the personality of the coach. And that's what this coach does. He doesn't give up. He doesn't give up on us. He doesn't give up on the game plan. He doesn't give up on the scout. It doesn't matter what time, score, possession. We're going to keep fighting to the end. And as you can see tonight, that's what we did.
I think coming off after last season's great run, last year we weren't projected to go very far. We went to the Elite Eight. This year, same thing, 5th in conference, but we clinched the conference title, and that just goes to show how hard we work and how hard the coaches work to push us. Starting the last day of the season, the first day of the season, last day of the season, and I'm very proud of what we've done, and it just shows a lot about the character of this program.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me ask us what seems like a simple question, but is quite devilish. In the position of being the defending West Region championship throughout the season,
sure,
to get everybody's best. If you can, talk about how this season has progressed, how having that target on your back has made your program better.
Sure. Well, one of the things that, a lot of people have asked me, like when we made this transition, after our last game in the NAIA, the next morning my wife and I were on a flight to Seattle, and we drove up to Bellingham for the West Region. And in the whole transition time, while we couldn't play, I was at every one of those games. And my whole intention in this process has been to build a program that's going to compete here year in and year out, to understand and establish a standard of what God-honoring excellence is going to look like on a day-to-day basis. I'm not a guy who, berates my players in practice. I want to treat them with character, with class, and as a result, that's how they're going to go out on the court and hold themselves and represent themselves. And it's hard to go out and, I believe, to be a good winner. Now, last year we had success, and this year, we did take a lot of good shots from everybody, and it was one of those things where I spoke specifically before this game. I asked our players, can you name every single team that you ended a season losing to? And every one of them can, from high school to college. You remember your last game. We ended Western Oregon's season last year, so there was no chance we were going to take anything but their best shot. Their players are veteran, they were hungry, and honestly, our guys have relished that throughout the course of this year and accomplishing things that just accomplishing firsts. You know, it was our first time winning at Dixie State, you know, and getting a sweep. It was our first time sweeping, you know, Cal Baptist in the Pac West in Division II. You know, there's always something new to reach for, a standard to push for, and you know, and that's the bar that we've set here at Azusa Pacific, is to be, you know, relevant year in and year out in the NCAA West region. We're going to play a tough schedule. We're going to push our guys, and you know, we work to represent those guys who came before us last year. And I'll tell you what, this group of seniors that we had this year, they're bought in for life, and the group that comes back is going to be looking to represent them in the future the exact same way.
Very well said. Congratulations on your Pac-12.